Good morning. It is super early, but I could not sleep. And I thought, you know what? No one else in the house is awake. It's not even 5 a.m. Why not put together our December budget calendar? That sounds fun. So that's what we're going to do. And then I thought, why not take you guys along? Have we ever done this together? Not sure. If we have, it's been a long time. So, let's put it together and I'll probably talk the entire time. Here we are. Obviously, December is the 4-check month for us. Here. Since we, I said it before, but if you've not watched that video, I know everyone doesn't watch every single video. My husband's checks come on Friday, and I move any grocery delivery money, I move over, Sunday night for Monday. But I still look at this as our payday. Just get our colors on here for the week. For the items these checks are going to cover. Okay. I don't write an amount up here, since the amount of money I get can fluctuate dramatically. I just don't. So we always do quarter the mortgage. Right there. That's number one. Number one thing to take care of. All right. Now I've already gone to various providers' websites and looked up at the amounts we have due for certain things. I put that over here. Our electricity bill is down a little bit. And I've said this before, it's not just electricity. This is actually our city utilities, and that encompasses electricity, water, sewer, and trash. And then we have Ameren, it's our natural gas provider, and we're on level billing with them, and I'm paying $80. Technically, they put the bill at $72. But they also raised rates. So I'm just trying to get ahead of that a little bit and see, try to make sure that there's not a shortage when they, whatever it's called, they go through and do the math and see if you're over or under for what you've paid. All right. And then we'll move on to the 15th. We always have several things due on the 15th. We do have our vehicle loan. We'll put that there. And normally that is $310. However, I am going to take advantage of Skip a Pay this month. They offer it every December, and you just pay $25 and you're allowed to skip that payment. That would be controversial in this world, in the budgeting finance world, but it's what we're gonna do, because it just kind of gives that extra cushion. It's not setting us far behind. Honestly, even if we don't accelerate payoff for this vehicle, it's going to be paid off before the end of 2026. So, it is not detrimental, but it does just give that just kind of extra wiggle room. If you noticed up here, I have "Don't December." Um, that is because I'm sure we all have a lot of this problem. Don't overspend in December. Don't do it. It is so easy. And I really like buying things for people. And that can get out of hand. I don't know why. Like I just start buying presents for people and I'm like, oh, I want to get them this. I want to get them that. Oh, they would really like this. And before you know it, it's crazy. Okay, so we have our US cellular bill. Our socket is our internet provider. We are trying to switch all of us over to Straight Talk. This right here is just my husband and myself. Right now we have 2 of our daughters on Straight Talk. One of our daughters does not have a phone. And I've been trying to get this switchover done since August, September. But I keep running into websites where I realize, like when I sign in, they have to send the verification and it's going to my current phone number. And I'm nervous about switching over and losing my number, because when we switched our daughter from US Cellular to Straight Talk, her number did not port and we just had to give up and get a different number. So I'm like, oh, is that gonna happen? I don't know. Okay, and then right here. So anyway, and we can't switch my husband and just leave me over there because he's like, you know, the account holder or whatever. So right now we're stuck there. I'm just gonna bite the bullet, I think, after I have all this, like holidays and all these things, after I don't have that to worry about anymore. I think, like I said, we'll just bite the bullet and switch over and try to go through or just switch it over, assuming that my phone number is going to change. So like just get Straight Talk service, get the phone number, go through all these various websites, update my number, and, you know, just move on from there. Although I hate the thought of changing my phone number. But I mean, if it's going to be a savings, I may as well do that. I mean, because we would be looking at about this, maybe a little bit more than this for 4 of us on Straight Talk. So, I mean, you know, right now it's about 75, might actually be, it's about 75 for the 2 girls. So, I mean, right? Like that alone is just 2 of us. Anyway. All right. There's the calendar. Now, I do have an important date. Right, we're already up here. Like my daughter's birthday already passed. Today is her family party, and all of that stuff is paid. So I don't have to worry about that. But right here, I do have Mom's birthday. Okay, so our birthdays are pretty close together. You know, mine's the end of December, mine's the end of November, hers is the beginning of December. And we do. One of the traditions around here is that people go out on their birthday for dinner, lunch, whatever. Since ours are so close together, it is like we're just trading money, you know, for gifts and birthday lunch, all of those things. But anyway, that's what it's like. So I will still get her, she's into crafting and stuff, so she pretty much always, and she's moved kind of away from Michael's and Hobby Lobby, and she pretty much just does Amazon now to get all of her crafty stuff. So I will probably just get her gift card to Amazon and you know, call it a day in a way. Let's see, should I go there or should I go there? Let me stick it here. And then like in the past, she would always take me out to lunch, and then a couple weeks later, here I am taking her out to lunch. So I'm going to talk to her and just be like, look, why don't we just go out to lunch together? And, you know, we'll just each pay for ourselves. But who knows? She'll probably be like, no, I want to be able to go out twice. Okay. You know, it's more about like hanging out with that person like individually. So, I mean, I get that, but this little sticker is not cooperating, and it's so cute. Like, I have to put it on here. It needs to happen. Okay, got it. Okay, let me put this little guy up there, down here. I think he's still just gonna go down here. Oh, so cute. All right, now let's look at all the stuff I normally track over here. Okay, savings. I have the number that's left to fund. I have to pause this and go get it. Financial goals. Okay. It's pretty much just an income goal. So I'm not going to frustrate myself and in the month of December set like, oh, we want to save X number of dollars, or we want to blah, blah, blah. That will, I know that will end in frustration. So we are gonna, normally, we can hit like 5,000. That's like a standard monthly amount that we work off of. Now, my husband is getting a little bit of overtime, though he's not getting any on this check. I wanted to do 5,500, but I think I'm just going to stick at 5,000. Again, the holidays are super fun. They're also like a little bit stressful because, you know, there are so many different things. We've got multiple kids' activities, like all their winter concerts and things like that. And 2 of our kids are in both. Well, one of them had her school play, and that was in the fall. And then she has choir concerts and band concerts. The band concert is done, which is good. I had to decide, and then our other daughter she's in show choir, orchestra, and choir. Show choir does not start yet. That stuff will start in January. But she has choir and orchestra concerts this month. And I actually ended up having to choose between her choir concert and our other daughter's choir concert. Or sorry, between her orchestra and our other daughter's choir. I ended up choosing to do both the choir and orchestra for our oldest daughter because I'd already been to the band concert and play for the other one. And then as it turns out, I ended up at the mall yesterday because they were doing a small performance at the mall. So I did get to go see her and all the work she has done. So that is good. Anyway, yeah, let me pause this and get my savings amount. Okay, so that number is $945 left to fund. And if you are fairly new and you didn't see my debt confession video way back in August, our starter emergency fund goal is $2,500. We're refilling that because it all disappeared over the summer when we had all sorts of crazy stuff happen. I have moved on from there though. I don't always do this, but I'm going to go ahead and fill out like money thoughts or priority goal, and they'll probably be the same goal and priority every single week. Okay, so our goal really is just to stay on track. That's it. Just stay on track. Holidays are a stressful time anyway. We all know they are super expensive. So for this month, if we're not going backward, that's a win. So that is our, yeah, that's pretty much what the goal is this whole month. Just stay on track, stay on track, stay on track. And then normal goals can restart in January. That's my thought anyway. Okay, and down here, for one thing, you know, progress over perfection, you know, and just staying on track allows for some type of progress. I have a tendency to, especially when I am thinking about something financial, I tend to kind of be a numbers-oriented person. Believe it or not. And because money has always been a pretty big stressor in our lives, you know, in the past there wasn't enough, and it was just always working so hard to at least get enough. You know, that's kind of where your mind is all the time. And so I am still having to retrain my brain and kind of come out of that survival mentality when it comes to money. Not that we have tons of it, you know, but we have enough. But it is very, very easy for me to overly and intensely focus on what I perceive to be the lack, or an obsession with an abundance. And so what I need to think about, whether we're striving for big goals or not, is that, okay, how do I say this? How about money is not life? Is not life. Money I guess allows money allows your life. Yeah. To me, that conveys what I'm thinking. Probably does not to you, but to me it does, you know. Yeah. So there, that is my theme for December, is do not obsess about money. You know, clearly you need to pay attention to it. It needs to be managed, but it does not need to be obsessed over. So I'm going to try to relax that a little bit. And I enjoy messing around with money. It's kind of odd, but I do. It would be more fun if there were a lot more of it, if we didn't have like debt and things like that. But need to like shift my mind away from that and be present, like in the moment. For the holidays, we have a lot of fun things that we do, and I don't want my mind to be like split, you know, and sit here. For instance, we have a tradition of New Year's Eve, we go out and we get Chinese takeout for the family. We have a jar, it's called It's a Good Life. So we have an It's a Good Life jar. We go out, we get Chinese takeout, and we all sit around and we pass the jar around, and we all pull out these little slips of paper throughout the year. Whenever somebody reaches a goal, or they did something really awesome, something they're proud of, whatever, something they just want to remember that was really fun, we write it down and put it in the jar. Christmas Eve, we go through, Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve, we go through and we read off all those little things. And inevitably, no matter how tough life has been that year, the jar has all sorts of things in it. Okay. And I want to enjoy that night and not sit here and think about the amount of money we just spent getting Chinese takeout. You know what I mean? So anyway, that is the theme for myself for December. It's just going to be that constant reminder. We need money to live our life. We need money for some security, but that is not the primary focus of life. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me while I was getting our month set up.